welcome to a new episode of On You Grow. So it doesn't look too good behind me, so I'm hoping the weather will stick. It's good because we have a lot to do at the allotment today. I've mentioned this briefly at the end of the vlog. A lot of planting is happening. I've tried to work out my availability for this week and it's very limited, so I think it's pretty much just gonna be the only day that I'm gonna be able to actually do properly some work in here. So as you can see, there is quite a lot on the table here. So we've got the butternut squash, sorry, the spaghetti squash, not the butternut squash, the spaghetti squash, 4 of them, which I am planting today. The French beans, cobra. I've got some lavaterra that I'm going to be planting here. And when I'm talking about flowers, I have the snapdragons, the very leggy snapdragon, which I'm just going to plant in the ground, see what they are doing. And I also have one of the summer holiday courgette. We also have the cardboard today. I brought all the cardboard. I'm not going to cover it all up, I don't think so anyway. I'll see what I can do. In an ideal world, now that I've roughly weeded the area, I'll definitely finish this bit there, but I'm thinking that I could potentially just cover it up and put some slabs or something like that on top of the cardboard, so it's already covered and at least the weeds are not growing back through. It's not my preference, and I think I've mentioned that last week, but I've got the cardboard here, so I might as well do that. But that means that I need to move the ton bags, which are really heavy for some of them. And to go alongside that cardboard, I've got, I believe it's 8 bags of compost of 400 litre. In an ideal world, I'll do that. I'll do the frame as well for the squash. And then, I don't know, if I've got more time, I'll do the rest after. But in priority order, courgette, then covering the ground. And once the ground is covered, I can start building my frame. And if I can put it in the ground, even better. But we'll see. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Right, that was, I mean, you probably have seen on the time lapse, that was a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. Overall, I'm happy with that. It's solid enough, you know, it's just, what's the weight of things climbing on, it will be absolutely fine. I might actually do some peas on here, but that means that obviously I'll have to put some twine, but I won't be doing this today. I don't actually think I've got enough twine to wrap it up. Where you're standing just now, I probably need another 3 or 4 bags just to finish this area off. But just now, obviously, put the weight down so it's going to hold the cardboard. It's going to get soaked anyway. It's to be raining pretty much non-stop from mid-afternoon today until, so it's Monday today until Wednesday. Right down here, as you can see, I am loaded with caterpillar, literally all over this one. The other one seemed to be okay, so I'm just gonna pull out the leaves that got them on and just discard this quickly. Hopefully this will help a bit. And then, in fact, I'm actually even considering getting rid of the whole plant here. I'm actually gonna get rid of the whole plant. I know some people will tell me in the comment that I shouldn't. There's not much point, but I don't really want to play about with this, and I'll more than happy with 3. So I'll pull that one out, carefully get rid of it, and then I need to get this bit netted somehow. This is the reason why I didn't want to do any cabbages or any brassica in general, because of this. It's too much fluffing around for my liking, and for something that we don't even eat, to be fair. Anyway, there is actually one last job that I need to do before leaving. I was gonna come back tomorrow because the new plot holder of plot 11 were on site. They've left now, so there's been some discussion in regards to the onions and the garlic, and I know it's too early to harvest them, but unfortunately they're wanting to move with the projects that they have on there, and well, I feel that's in the way, and I don't want to risk them getting damaged. I could harvest something just now that if I leave them much longer and they get damaged, you know, I'll put you on time lapse for that one, and that will be the last remaining traces of us on plot 11, because Tony's moved everything on here, so he's not got anything left. The only thing that's left now on plot 11 is my onion and garlic, so we'll go and get that harvested. Right, that's it, done. All the garlic, all the onions have been pulled out. It's actually going to be 2 trips, to be fair, to get them back to the car. Let me show you. So this is one, actually I'm going to have to zoom out. This is one trough of onions. There is obviously some very small one, but there is some decent size onions. I mean, don't get me wrong, I should really just put them down on the ground and leave them to dry for a couple of days before taking them away, but I don't have the opportunity to do this, so I'm just going to take them home and I'll see what I can do, if I can find somewhere just to put them. And in here we've got the garlic. Some of them are actually okay, to be fair. They're very, very dirty. Again, same thing, I should leave them on the ground and wait until they're ready, but I can't even lift it with one hand, so just gonna leave it. But there's a few rotten one, especially towards the end there was some rotten one. Overall it's not too bad, so I'm just gonna go home and just inspect them all, make sure that I'm discarding the rotten one, and the one showing sign of mold. They're not rotten as such, they're just showing sign of mold, so before it spreads on the other one, I'm gonna give them a wee clean. Again, it's not the best practice, but I'm gonna give them a wee clean, and then I will see if I can just give them a few days to dry. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. It's actually really windy. I've put the microphone inside out, but I don't have the muff anymore on, and it takes me about 10 minutes to get it on, so I couldn't be bothered having to put the whole stuff back. So yeah, well, that's us done with plot 11 now. So on to pasture. longer back. Uncharted territory today. This is actually Tony's new greenhouse on his new plot. It's been a very long 2 weeks. You can't quite see it because it's all painted, but it's actually raining quite heavy just now. I'm hoping it's going to clear out for a bit. I've just had a notification here. I was hoping to get about 4 hours, 5 hours, give or take. Turns out I only have 2 hours because I've got a delivery that was meant to come tomorrow that is now coming early afternoon, and I absolutely need to be in because I need to sign for it. So I only have a couple of hours. So first thing first, let me explain. So obviously I've missed last week's vlog, and I really appreciate I had a couple of comments of people getting in touch asking me to if I was going to release a video soon. So I really appreciate, and I was going to post a quick short, but I feel like the shorts are, obviously they don't get the same audience as such. When I look at the analytics, it just doesn't get the same audience. So I feel like for folks watching the vlog, it's kind of pointless to put a short because hardly any of you will actually see this post until like later on, if at all. So I have not done a short for that, but anyway. The reason is it's been incredibly busy. It's genuinely it's the busiest time of the year for me. I've mentioned that in the last vlog 2 weeks ago now. It's really busy. The weather unfortunately took a turn for the worst, and it was horrendous, the rain that we've had the past few days, and we've had basically wee gaps of drier weather in between, which I had to focus intensively on my other plans and other projects, and unfortunately I didn't get to do any gardening as such. Also, my van was out of commission again for 3-4 days. I had another breakdown. It's almost 16 years old car now. Yeah, almost 16 years old. So it's done great, but it's now towards the end of its life, and it's just getting ridiculously bad. I mean, it's been in the garage more time than I can count in the past year, and probably cost me about the same as a new one. But anyway, that's what I've got just now. But obviously that stopped me from doing any kind of gardening. The good thing is at the same time it was really wet, so I couldn't really do any work in here or else. Don't get me wrong, I should have went in the greenhouse, and I've not even done that, but it's just I kind of hit a biting point where I was just getting too much, so I really enjoy getting a bit of rest. May and the start of June has been incredibly busy, and on top of that I had a couple of photography projects that I was taking part in. So I've covered with a few friends a tractor run for a charity event, which took me, well, a whole day of filming and photographing, but also pretty much a day and a half to edit the pictures, edit the videos, send everything away, and make sure that everything was good. Anyway, plenty to do and very little time today, so I'm hoping to get another session if I can a bit later on during the week. Otherwise, next weekend I'm really hoping to get a day at the allotment, to try to finish things, because in a week and a half roughly I'm away on holiday for 2 weeks. So obviously I need to get the tomatoes potted in bigger pots, pretty much ready to be grown in their final pot at this point. I need to get my pepper in bigger pots. I need to get my beans in the ground. I need to get the squash in the ground. I basically need to do everything within the next week, and yeah, week and a bit. But I will go and get the bags of compost just now, bring them onto the plot. This is going to be to cover the last bit that has not been covered, has been, don't remember, put slabs on there, and this is to put, I've got them behind me right here. This is to put the beans in the ground. So they really need to go in now. I mean, they're doing okay, just a bit on the dry side, but they are not doing too bad at all. And in fact, I'm going to take this opportunity to try to show you. There we go. So once you open them, look at the lovely root system we've got here. Right, that's it. I've filled up was the compost I had all the way to the fruit area. So it's now all the cardboard is covered. It's a decent layer, a bit more than towards the beginning. It's yeah, much better layer. That's the teepee made. So I had 7 of them. So what I've made is I made it so I can actually access inside and harvest as well, rather than closing it too much. So I think that's not too bad. Like that's gonna need to be brought slightly towards the camera, basically, like kind of like this. But I don't have the rope. I completely forgot. I thought I had the rope in the van, but I took it out, and it's in the greenhouse. So I've not got any rope to tie this back. I tried with a bit of rope that I had here, but it's just really old, really frayed, so not any good. So I had some cable ties around those ones. I've put 2 cable ties just tied around like that. I've made a knot in them, so it's not holding at all, but it will be good enough for now. And in the next few days I'll be back with the rope and then tie them properly. But not only that, I'll just wrap it round back and forth all the way up. You try to create levels, because I forgot how many beans I've got to plant, but it's certainly a lot more than 7. So I'm going to put some in between each as well, which I'd like to climb up, and I would really like this whole thing to be completely covered. So that means that I need to put some rope, tie some rope around, and then all the way up. And I should do, and that means in here I can come in, and potentially I could even get some underplanting done right inside there. So we'll see when we get to this, but at least this is done. So now I'm gonna go and get the beans, and I'm gonna plant them around here. I was gonna put the camera a bit closer looking down, but unfortunately just as I went to pick it up, my tripod decided to snap. So yeah, you're basically just now resting on top of a brick. So hope it's comfortable enough. Sadly, that's the best angle you're gonna get just now. Right, so let's check. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna start placing them. Oh, where are my knee pads when I need them? Oh, it's soaking. 2, 3. Right, that's it, planted. Was a bit stony towards the back, but I knew that, but it should be okay. So as I've mentioned, I will tie this properly at the top, because as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. And then once it's done, I'll get a rope right round so I can tie all this together, but just now this should be fine. My only concern is, since on that side, well, where you're standing just now actually, there's the next door neighbor, and he's got his compost area in here. There's plethora of mice coming out of there. I see them quite often just popping out. What happened is my first line of sunflowers have pretty much all been chewed up, and I don't remember, I've mentioned about a couple of them. Well, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8. Yeah, 5 out of 8 that had been chewed up, and yeah, that had it. So I think the one towards the compost area will be struggling a bit. They might get eaten away as well. I've noticed as well on the dwarf beans some damage as well, again on that line. The rest is absolutely fine, it's just on that line. I might need to do a strip of like mice protection. It's not such thing, but you know, just a bit of a defense barrier that will be just like they can feed on this and they're not coming over to eat my stuff. So that's something to consider for next year. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. It's actually incredibly stuffy today. It's not great, as you can see, but it's stuffy. So anyway, and the mages are out, which drive me bonkers. But right here all along, I've got all them planted. I've plenty, even too much space on that side, but that's fine. The idea is to eventually double up that line here. The thing is, obviously now that they're in here, they are here to stay, and that's the reason why I didn't want to plant them in the first place, or right away anyway, because I need to make sure that's pretty much the space they will be staying, because it's difficult to get rid of them. When I will pull them out, inevitably I will have a few roots and tubers staying in the ground, which will produce new one next year, just like potatoes really. So it's here and it's here to stay. Was this moving away? As you can see, it gives me quite a lot of space. I will see, I might extend the growing space here, or the ornamental space here a bit, just to make sure that I've got kind of the third I'm supposed to have. I've got enough space to give me a path on that side. I've got enough space to give me a path on this side, and I've got still a bit of growing space in here, and growing space in here, and growing space under there. Right, I'll put the tools away and start draining properly. On top of that, I had to run. A bit of an emergency to deal with. One of the plot neighbor had a wee accident and she needed taken to A&E to get it checked. So that's it done. I'm gonna put these away. I'm gonna go home because I am super late. We're back a bit later than expected. It's actually Wednesday today. So I've extended really this week as much as I can. As soon as I'm finishing with this, I'm straight in to edit the video, so it's out tomorrow. That's the plan, Thursday. Although there's not been a lot done, it's actually quite good progress that's been made. Obviously the butternut squash and this U-frame that was just... I think it's going to be there to stay, to be fair. I don't see myself taking it away. That being said, I have seen online a few ideas to expand this into more of a small mini greenhouse, mini polytunnel. So it's something that I might consider for next year. I will see. But just now, I'm quite happy with the way it's going. The only thing I need to do, and obviously I need to get the rope, which is down here, is put some rope on there so I can put some peas in between the butternut squash, as I've mentioned 2 weeks ago, but also on the French beans frame. I need to wrap up some twine on this as well, so it's definitely something that will be done later on this week. So next week's vlog, you will definitely have that, because I absolutely need to get this done before I'm off on holiday. There's one more thing that I've not mentioned, and I won't be able to show you because it's a bit of a mess out there just now, but I did go over to the greenhouse, the side of the greenhouse, West Honey. That was 2 weeks ago, almost. And we managed to get the doors off, and we managed to take some of the glass off and some of the trimming. I've got a box down here with hardware and all the auto vents thing and everything. I was gonna say it's easier than I expected it to be. It was actually really difficult that day because it was pouring rain, so it made it really difficult with the ladder and everything. But it's very awkward to work in there, and it's a very slow process. So I think at this point I'm going to put this in pause until I'm back from my holidays. Then at that point I need to find, I was hoping for a day, but I'm thinking a day and a half just to go and dismantle it all completely. The shelving inside, I'm not going to be able to take them home. I tried to have a proper look to see if I would be able to potentially just cut it and rebuild it, but the problem is it's all been it's nightmare. It's been put with massive nails, have been bent over, so it's really difficult. The main issue is everything is actually fitted together. I thought I was like sitting on top and that's it, but no, it's actually fitted in with massive nails as well. So it was a nightmare. With Tony, we spent literally half an hour to take 2 or 3 of those slats off, and then we thought there's no point, I'm just gonna go with the saw, slice it off and just try to get it out. Anyway, I've got a few bits of glass already here, and I've got the doors off. So progress are made. It's very slow progress, but anyway, thank you for tuning in. And as usual, if you like that vlog, if you like the channel, please leave a thumb up, make sure to follow, and tick the bell as well. I really hope to see you in next week's episode. There will definitely be major progress in here, especially. I promise that, because I need to get it done before the holiday. So I hope to see you next week. Take care. Bye.